Yo, what up, though? So the Minnesota Vikings could be in play for Trey Lance, the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Like, what? Like, I keep on hearing about Trey Lance linked to the Minnesota Vikings, man, all the last year. And we're going to keep on linking Trey Lance to the Minnesota Vikings until he get traded to an NFL team or until the Minnesota Vikings find them a true quarterback, man, for real. But all honestly, though, Trey Lance is not a franchise quarterback. Like, what games have people seen on Trey Lance that you would say he could be a franchise quarterback? Because somebody pick a quarterback high in the NFL draft, that does not mean he is a franchise quarterback. What it mean was it was a mistake, and they shouldn't have picked Trey Lance where they picked him at. Trey Lance couldn't beat out the last pick of the NFL draft the same year he was drafted, if I'm not mistaken. He couldn't beat out Sam Darnold. He is number 3 on the depth chart right now. And Trey Lance, when he was in the lineup last year when they played against the Chicago Bears, he looked it horrible. He wasn't making no reads. He was throwing the ball all off targets. He ain't look mobile or anything. The NFL, I think, is too big for Trey Lance. And it's not his fault. San Fran, the one that traded up for a quarterback who only played 2 years at North Dakota. Like, that was a red flag right there. Like, I know at North Dakota, he had a decent career, but damn, it only was 2 years. And you went up to get him at number 3 or number 4? No, I ain't like that trade up from the get-go. That whole quarterback class was trash anyway. But do I want the Minnesota Vikings to trade for Trey Lance? No, I do not. Because the Minnesota Vikings will trade for Trey Lance, and that means 9 times out of 10, we will not be moving up in the NFL draft next year to get us a quarterback. Because the Minnesota Vikings will think Trey Lance is the future quarterback. And I don't think if Trey Lance was to get traded here, he could beat out Nick Mullen or Jared Hall on the depth chart for real. Like what? Like Jared Hall had a better college career than Trey Lance. Like for real though. Like I don't see him being. Fidel ain't beating out no Nick Mullen. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If he can't beat out no damn Sam Darnold over there, he can't beat out no Nick Mullen. Cause Nick Mullen looked good in that week 1 preseason game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but I don't know, man. I'm not high on Trey Lance for real like everybody else is, man. And Trey Lance, for real, man. People say it's too early to call him a bust. Shit, he knocking on that door. Trey Lance is about to be a damn bust, especially after this year, man. Do y'all know if San Fran was to start Trey Lance this year, how vanilla and plain that offense would look? Like San Fran got one of the easier offense in the NFL, man. All you got to do is call a hike, hand the ball off to a nice running back, or play action pass and throw it to all of them toys you got at receiver or tight end. And Trey Lance can't even do that right. So, no, I do not want Trey Lance here in Minnesota, man. I don't want to give up a bag of chips for Trey Lance. Like, for real. Like, what are we doing? What are we saying? We got a quarterback in Jared Hall who we are trying to groom into the starter or a project quarterback. It don't even matter. Trey Lance is the exact same way. So why would I want 2 project quarterbacks on my Minnesota Vikings team? No. Hell no. I'm straight. The Minnesota Vikings love refurbished quarterback in the NFL, man. Go out and get you a quarterback out the NFL draft in this year, man. For real. I don't want Trey Lance here in Minnesota. Let him go to Atlanta or Washington or anywhere else. Because I ain't seen nothing on film or when I've been watching him play in the NFL that boy going to be an animal. I don't get that for Trey Lance. I haven't seen that from him. And with that offense in San Fran, you can't do nothing in that offense. And y'all think he'd come to Minnesota and just blossom to the next best great quarterback? Man, I do not see it. Like, what? Like, man, Trey Lance, and plus our offense line is horrible. And Trey Lance is not no mobile quarterback. So our O-line will get him killed. Like, I'm straight, man. I don't know why people want Trey Lance here in Minnesota for what. I know he from Minnesota, but shit, he can go to some football games. But do I want him on this football team? No, man. Because Minnesota will get Trey Lance, and they would think they got themselves a franchise quarterback. The next year, we'll roll his ass out there, and he'll look like the same way he been looking. Scared, timid, and lost. I'm straight. So the Minnesota Vikings, do not trade for Trey Lance, man. We already got a project quarterback. We don't need two project quarterbacks on the roster.